All right, this is an overview for the BLU2 Peoplenet system, the E-log system. Right now we have just the sign-on screen, wanting your driver ID and your password. A few real quick things. Here's some hard buttons over here, which will also function as the soft buttons here on the side. And there's some other features over here we'll talk about, but try to use these hard buttons as much as possible. Of course, you have your keyboard, and then you're going to be able to, it's a touch screen, so wherever you touch at on the screen will light up. I'm just going to go ahead and sign in with a shop. The little trick is when you're right here with a shop and the cursor's up there, if you hit the tab button, it'll take you down to the next field of wherever you're at. And we'll put shop in again, and then just hit done. Now here's where the Peoplenet system will place a data call to retrieve all your past logs to catch you up. This takes a few minutes. This is where you got to be patient, and usually takes 2 to 3 minutes to place this data call to connect you to this truck. There we go. So after you sign in, this is the screen you will see, trailer information. So you got to have your trailer information. You can see we currently have a trailer because we signed in earlier into this truck. So we're going to switch that trailer to 0000. Next, shipping information, USG. I can switch that information, USG. There we go, same thing. Hit next. So when you first sign in, you've got to have that driver information. We're not a team driver, so we're just going to hit next. We don't enter a second driver. We accept the hours of service that we have here. We're not in Canada, we're in the United States, so we'll just hit next again. Duty status change. Do we want to change our duty status or not? Right now we're going to stay off duty. Hit next, because I'm just initially logging into my logging system here. It confirms the location. I'm 2.6 miles north of Jacksonville. Hit next. I can put in any remarks that I want to put in. Hit next. And notice how I'm using these hard buttons over here. I can use the soft button, the touch screen, and it'll also work. I say that. There we go. Alright, so there's your home screen is what they call that. And you see at the top it says home. Below that you see driver, inbox, e-logs, trip pack, navigation. And here's a little trick. Over here on this side, these hard buttons, when you hit those, see how that moved over? It lets you see the rest of what's over there. Training, Perform X, that's your engine data, system, Peoplenet training. And then we're back to driver. That's our basic home screen right there. Driver, inbox, eDriver logs. Now I can touch any one of those things. My inbox. See the messages from dispatch or from whomever. It basically works like an email. I go back to home. See the little home right here? It's going to take me home. Click on eDriver logs. And my duty status, I can change my duty status. Scroll down to what I want to put it on duty, not driving, sleeper berth right there. This is the main thing I need to know about, is changing my duty status. We won't do that right now. If I wanted to review my hours of service, I can review 1 day. And again, this touch screen, you got to kind of get used to how much pressure to put on. You don't have to hit it hard. It's not like a button. You just kind of want to set your finger on there. It's 7 days or 8 days. Hit cancel down here. See these side buttons, these soft buttons tell you what else is going on. We can go back home up here. Go to my eDriver logs. And let's make a duty status change. Let's go on duty. Alright, we're at our shipper and we're gonna load right now. We're gonna show 15 minutes for loading, so I need to go on duty. It's gonna confirm the location. Say if I was down in Lafarge or wherever, hit that, I'm okay. Put in loading. Wherever you may be, hit next, and it's gonna, this is key, you have to hit this done button, so you're confirming everything that you're doing here. So you're moving from off duty to on duty. Here's where I'm at, that's who I am, yes, that's what I'm doing. So now we're on duty as we sit here for the 30 minutes or 45 minutes that I'm going to show loading. Again, up here up top, see my home, my duty status, my hours of service, hours of regulation. I can use these two buttons right here to toggle through this. My inspection, my pre-trip inspection, I can go in there and check that at the beginning of the day. At the end of the day, I toggle down to post-trip. If it's a DOT inspection, I go to DOT inspection. That's how your pre-trip, your post-trip is right under the inspection. And again, I get there by toggling through the top up here. Also, updates is important because whenever you get a new load, you get a new trailer, you get a new shipping information, you want to update your log. Just like on your logbook, you got to have the right shipper information, trailer, all that kind of thing. This is where you update that at. Let's say we want to change our trailer information. Next. There's my current trailer, 000. My new trailer is 111. Done. There it goes. Now, at any time, if I want to check my eDriver logs, I just click on that up there. Duty status, review hours of service, 1 day. There it is. You can see now it's taking us down to on duty. A lot of guys are making is staying on line 4. You want to stay down there for your loading time, but again, if you stop to go into sleeper berth, you've got to do what? We've got to show that. We've got to go on our log, and we've got to change the duty status. Remember, whatever you do on paper logs safely and legally, you can do on eDriver logs. And that's how we want you to look at this. The only difference is you have to do it in real time. And that comes in with your duty status change. When you arrive at a shipper, you've got to go to that duty status change and put yourself where you want to be for that next amount of time before you move up into those different positions. Alright, that's an overview of the BLU2 system. There's all kinds of other little fun things on here that you'll get into at a later time. This navigation feature, hopefully we can integrate this into our system where it's an actual GPS that turn-by-turn navigation for you. There'll be some in-cab training available for you where you can watch some videos and get credit for the training, some driver training. Remember to pay attention to your PerformX. That's really your engine performance, your engine data, your fault codes and all that different stuff, your miles per gallon, everything. Pay attention to that. One really cool thing about the BLU2 is when you put the truck in gear and get past 5 miles an hour, you'll have a different screen that will pop up. Will show you real-time miles per gallon as you're driving, which is really handy. And also with the BLU2, if you're driving down the road and you get a message from dispatch, you know, we've got these screens locked down so there's not a distraction for you when you're driving, but you can push one button as you're running down the road and it will read the message to you.
Message from dispatch sent Wednesday, October 10th. 2012, 11:09 a.m.
And that's the nicest voice we could get. But the one thing about it doesn't read abbreviations and that kind of stuff, so it still has a few bugs we need to work out. But basically that's how that text to voice works.
I think it might first.
One thing to remember with this BLU2, if your keyboard ever does go bad, you've got this keyboard right down here that you can click on and it'll pop up for you that you can type in. So again, it's not meant to be used all the time. It's kind of an auxiliary keyboard. If something does go wrong with your hard keyboard, then use that keyboard. Alright, one of the nice things with the BLU2 is you can control what icons or shortcuts that you see up here. Also, remember there's a little stylus hidden in the back, which comes in handy when you're doing some of this kind of stuff. Basically, the way to change these shortcuts or these icons that appear on your home screen, you have to toggle through here till you see Systems. Click on Systems, and then Shortcuts pops up. I'm going to change these shortcuts. First, I'm going to have to go in and delete the shortcuts I want to delete. I'm going to take off the fault codes, the engine data, and I think the log out was on there, right? I want to keep the inbox. There we go. Hit next. Are you sure you want to do that? Yes. Alright, those 3 disappeared. Now I want to add 4 new icons or shortcuts down at the bottom. You got to add them one at a time though. So it's nice to have this 1-day recap available. And you want to think of buttons you're going to use on a regular basis, things that that'll be convenient for you to have, just to have on the home screen as a one-touch option for you. So it's going to be different for every driver. One I think would be helpful would be your duty status change. So that's something you're going to be doing every time you stop. You're going to be making a duty status change. There that is. Your inspection, your daily inspections, your pre-trip, your post-trip. There it is. Select. All right, let's pick one more. Add. I think I saw hotkeys in there. I think I'll add hotkeys to the. And the hotkeys are your dispatch keys. Those things you're gonna, your loaded call, your empty call, that sort of thing. So as you can see, when I stop, I no longer have to go through all the e-log buttons up top. I can now just click on this icon, and it pulls up my duty status change. I roll down to on duty or sleeper berth, whatever I want to set myself as. By law, the DOT requires that you carry a blank logbook with you in case the system ever goes down. You can begin to log on this paper log. If you do get stopped by the DOT, we can fax you the last 7 days logs from your e-driver logs. You're also required to carry with you an instruction manual, the BLU2 instruction manual. It gives you step-by-step instructions here for you using the BLU2, but also it gives the DOT instructions if they want to look into your e-logs. We need you to sign and date on the back page of this, and by law, again, that's what you're required to have with you, that instruction manual and the blank log. Cypress requires that you fill out a DVIR at the end of each day, vehicle inspection report. We're moving towards, with this BLU2, the electronic DVIR, so hopefully we'll be done with this book, and all you'll see is an option on there to do your trip report on the BLU2.